All right, we're ready for our snickerdoodles. I do have a Christmas story, Mickey Christmas Carol over there. We have Miss Matilda over there watching Mama. So, snickerdoodles start with 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of shortening, 3 cups of sugar, and 4 eggs. So we're gonna cream those up and we'll be back to you soon with the rest of the recipe. So if you wanna make Christmas snickerdoodles, this is how you do it. This is my favorite recipe. I've been using this recipe since I was 4 years old, probably. So, here we go. All right, guys, so we're back. We're gonna do the dry ingredients for the Snickerdoodle recipe. So here is the recipe if you want to pause it and write it down. It does make a large batch. This is my aunt's recipe. We've been using it for lots of years, probably 20 years of my life. No, more than that, because I'm 34, and I know I was making these when I was little, so like the last 30 years of my life, we've been making these. So I have the first part done. The butter, sugar, and eggs is all mixed up. Now we're going to put together our dry ingredients. So we need 5.5 cups of flour. That is a lot of flour. So I'm gonna grab that. I will show you Miss Matilda's here. She's mid snack munch. We did have a Christmas Carol on, but I needed to see the recipe and I wanted to record. So 5 cups of flour. 1, we make a mess when we bake. It's all good. Thankfully I'm at home. Dad might help me do the dishes. 2, whoop, that's probably our half, so 3.5. We need 2 more cups of flour. And my mom doesn't have like a standing mixer, so I have to use a hand mixer, so that's the only reason I'm doing it this way, because it's harder to add them. All right, so 5 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Okay, let's see if I can find a teaspoon. Hopefully in this house we have a teaspoon. So cream of tartar is really what does make snickerdoodle cookies snickerdoodle cookies. So let's see. We need 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar and 2 teaspoons of soda. Baking soda. So let's see if I can find a measuring. Okay, here's a teaspoon. So, got our teaspoon here. I'm not sure I'll be able to do this from. It's pretty close. So 1, it's hard to get into the cream of tartar thing. 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. If you've never used cream of tartar, you can buy it in the spice section. Just looks like that. And 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And then it does call for half a teaspoon of salt. I'll put a little bit in there because there's also the butter was salted, which I didn't realize, so which I don't think will matter that much, but so it does say soda. Make sure you have baking soda and not baking powder. That'll make your cookies different. So 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Voila. And a dash of salt. All done. And we'll stir it up and mix it together. So I'm just going to use my little teaspoon here to kind of mix it up so all those ingredients get spread evenly through there. Flour, cream of tartar, soda, and salt. Yep. Then we're going to add this to our wet mixture, which is over here. And right there. And get it all stirred up, right? You still chomping on that one little puff? All right, we'll be back in a few minutes once we get these mixed together. All right, our dough is all mixed up. It looks beautiful. Somebody's really happy because she got a beater over there. I think she has it on her nose even. She's mentioned licking on that. Not a lot on there because it is not safe to eat a lot of cookie dough. So we're gonna get ready to roll our cookies. So what we have to have is what we do for Christmas. Normally it's just sugar and cinnamon that you roll snickerdoodles in. But because these are Christmas ones, we do it special. I do have the oven preheating to 400 per the recipe. So we have a green and a red bowl. I'm just gonna pour some sugar into both to make my mixture. And sometimes I have to add some extra later on once I start rolling. So we do that. Then we just sprinkle in some cinnamon because snickerdoodles are supposed to have cinnamon. So we do that. Woo! And we got cinnamon flying. And then to make it more festive, we do some green sugar sprinkles and some red sugar sprinkles in ours. And I will show you what we do next. Alright, so we got those. I'm going to stir them up. I'm just going to use our teaspoon measurer here. And just mix that up. You can add more or less cinnamon, more or less sprinkles, whatever you guys are comfortable with. Just to taste. So we got our reds mixed up. And now we're going to mix up our green sprinkles. Like I said in previous video, this is a recipe I've been making for years and years and years. And so I make cookies for my friends every year. I happen to be in Minnesota this year, so I get to make cookies with my aunt as well. I just washed my hands, and we are gonna get started rolling these cookies for Christmas. So, but I have a cookie scoop. I don't need quite the whole scoop full, so I just roll it. They are a little sticky. And I put it in to the sugar. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. And you just roll some sugar on it. So it's covered in the cinnamon and sugar and the red sprinkles. And I just put them on a plate until I'm ready to put them in the oven. So not a huge ball. It's about half of that scoop. And a lot of times I'll roll a bunch of them. You can use a teaspoon. You don't have to have a whole scoop or thing. And just plop them into the sugar. And roll them up, and then we will put them in the oven and we will show you what they look like when they come out. And they're so delicious. So just roll these guys in. Some sugar here, some green sugar. Sometimes I'll do some half and half. So like this one, I'll put a little green and then I'll dump it into the red. So you have green and red sugar together. Just whatever you're feeling. So, all right, that's the next step. So I'm gonna work on rolling these. She's gonna work on her dough over there, and we'll be back soon. Bye. All right, our first batch of snickerdoodles are out of the oven. Let's see, I don't know why it looks blurry. They look perfect. They're light. They have a very light brown on the edge. That means they're done. They kind of crack. They're beautiful. Have a bunch more waiting here to go in the oven. So usually I take one pan out, let it sit for a few minutes, move that pan up, and then I'll put some more on and put it on the bottom and switch them around.
There's 20 minutes of